How have you suffered publicly as a result of the Depp Waldman statements?
I am harassed, humiliated, threatened every single day. Even just walking into this courtroom, sitting here in front of the world, having the worst parts of my life, things I've lived through, used to humiliate me. People want to kill me, and they tell me so every day.
And that will be your fault.
Johnny threatened, promised me that if I ever left him, he'd make me think of him every single day that I lived.
So full of it.
In the harassment and the humiliation, the campaign against me that's echoed every single day on social media and now in front of cameras in this room. Every single day I have to relive the trauma. My hands shake. I wake up screaming. I have to live with the trauma and the damage done to me.
And that will be your fault.
About how to not touch me, not to surprise me. My intimate partners have rules about how they can deal with me, how they can touch me.
You understand how annoying you are?
I have rules for doctors, medical professionals I see, gynecologists I see. I live my life with these sets of rules that I have to follow, my friends have to follow for me not to have a panic attack or a triggering event.
It wasn't on the morning
where I relive the trauma. Even if I'm training to do my movie, for instance, if I'm training for Aquaman, a combat scene and a trigger happens, I have a meltdown and have to deal with that. The crew I work with have to deal with that because
it wasn't on the morning
of the damage I walk around with every single day from what I've lived through, from what I've survived. I'm not sitting in this courtroom snickering.
That's your fault.
I'm not sitting in this courtroom laughing, smiling, and making snide jokes. I'm not. This is horrible. This is painful.
That's your fault.
And this is humiliating for any human being to go through. And perhaps it's easy to forget that.
That's your fault.
But I'm a human being.
You're a moron.
And even though Johnny promised that I deserve this and promised he'd do this, I don't deserve this. I want to move on. Those statements, the attacks on me, the campaign, that Johnny has elicited millions of people.
You're a moron.
To do on his behalf.
You're a moron.
You know, the only reason that people like Dr. Curry can sit up here on the stand and say I'm high functioning and I do things like have hobbies and have interests is because I found a solution to that pain. I woke up every morning with panic attacks and trauma until I realized I could do something with it. So to answer your question, Ben,
Are you out of your mind?
I was able to turn the things that I've lived through, my pain, my life experiences, into work, into action, into providing a voice for other people.
Are you out of your mind?
I'm not a saint. I'm not trying to present myself as one, as you all know, but I selfishly found relief in being able to use what I've lived through.
Are you nuts?
To advocate for others, to bring light to these issues, to give a voice to people who don't have the voice and the platform that I have. And while I would not wish this situation on my worst enemy, if it gives a voice to someone who doesn't have it. But I now, as I stand here today, can't have a career. I can't even have people associate with me because of the threats and the attacks that they have to endure.
Getting hysterical over nothing.
I receive hundreds of death threats regularly, if not daily. Thousands since this trial has started. People mocking my testimony about being assaulted. It's been agonizing, painful, and the most humiliating thing I've ever had to go through. I hope no one ever has to go through something like this. I just want Johnny to leave me alone. I just want him to leave me alone. I've said that for years now, and I thought he would after.
You want to go into that nonsense? I'm all yours.
Protecting the secret that I did for as long as I did has taken enough of my voice.
Don't talk to me about chickens.
Johnny has taken enough of my voice. I have the right to tell my story. I have the right to say what happened to me. I have the right to my voice and my name. He took it long enough. I have a right as an American to talk about what happened to me, to own my story and my truth. I have that right. I hope to get my voice back. It's all I want. And I've said that from day one.
I haven't lied about anything I've been here to say. Yes, that's effectively what happened. Yeah. And told her that he could effectively break her wrist by saying he knew how many pounds of pressure, or asking her how many pounds of pressure it took to break a human wrist. I'm not quite sure what part of that night she saw. There were a lot of people there.
Right.
Again, I don't know what Rocky saw. There were a lot of people there that night.
Right.
That is correct. That's correct. I'm not quite sure who that guy was or if he had any involvement in this. I know a lot of people have come out of the woodwork to be involved.
The baloney.
I'm not accusing anyone. I just don't recognize that man.
The baloney.
How would he know? He wasn't there.
The baloney.
Again, I've heard a lot of people say a lot of things to be involved in the Johnny Depp show, but he wasn't there. He doesn't know. And he certainly doesn't know what happened behind closed doors, like most people.
What did you do?
I am saying he wasn't there, and what he testified to doesn't match what I know happened. But I don't fault him. He wasn't there, so how would he know? I did.
You didn't.
Incorrect again. I said I did not have anything to do with it. Yes.
The baloney.
Absolutely not. Why would I want that? What actual survivor of domestic violence wants that?
That's what's happening.
I heard him say that. I don't know if that's true or if that's possible. You're very wrong about that.
That's what's happening.
When we signed our divorce agreement and we signed a statement saying that neither party had ever said false claims for financial gain, it was relevant and important to me because I was the only one making the accusations. I was the only one making those claims. He wasn't doing that at the time, and he signed his name to it.
Oh, yes.
Everybody who was around in the 90s and the early aughts knew that rumor. I had heard that rumor from multiple people. Of course, that's what flashed through my head when my violent husband not only swung for me, but all of a sudden swung for my sister. Of course I thought of that. I did not expect her to show up or not expect her to show up. It didn't matter. It doesn't change what I believed at the time when we were on the stairs and I thought he was going to kill my sister by pushing her down the stairs. Come out and say whatever for him. That's his power. That's why I wrote the op-ed, is I was speaking to that phenomenon. How many people will come out in support of him and will fall to his power?
We are done.